In this project, you will be coloring 3 Christmas lights using oil pastels. The first light is going to be blue. I chose 3 shades, dark, medium, and light. You start with the dark shade and color darkly a line around the perimeter of the light, like this. The exact shape of the ornaments are printed on the back of the paper opposite from where you are coloring. So don't worry about going over the lines, as the drawn shape on the back will be your cutting guide. Make sure that this first line around the perimeter is colored in dark and no white paper is showing. Color around one more time, this time lightly, so that the white paper shows through. Now, using the medium shade of blue, color over the lightly shaded dark blue so that the colors blend nicely together. Continue with the medium blue onto the white paper as I am demonstrating. The same process is done with the lightest blue. Make sure you do not color to the center of the light, as this is reserved for white pastel. I am now switching to white pastel. Because pastels are messy, make sure your hands are clean first. Also, before using the white pastel, make sure it is clean. Here you can see there is green on the pastel, which needs to be wiped off. Starting from the center of the light, begin coloring with the white pastel, working towards the light blue pastel. Once fully covered, you may carefully blend using a finger. Make sure you check your blending finger often. You may need to clean it often, as you do not want to contaminate the bright, clean white center with blue pastel. As you watch, you can see that after my first blend and smudge, I decided to add more color. I blended in some more dark and medium lines from the outer edge in towards the center. I added white lines from the center towards the outer edge. Then I carefully smudged these lines with my finger. Make sure you clean your hands often. You do not want to get blue pastel in the center of your light. When satisfied, stop. You do not want to overcolor or smudge. Using a black pencil crayon, draw your filament. You only get one shot at this. It cannot be erased, so practice drawing your design on a scrap piece of paper first. Using a white chalk writer, add highlights. Before coloring the other 2 lights, cut out your completed light and place it in a folded piece of paper with your name on it. This way, it will stay clean. As you can see, some white paper is showing along the edge, so I colored it in using dark pastel. I decided to make my second light a magenta color and the third a red-orange color. You will follow the same process for each light as I demonstrated on the blue one. I will fast forward through the next 2 lights. Arrange your lights on a black piece of paper. Make sure you leave enough room at the top of the paper as you will be adding fancy metal tops. Carefully, using a pencil, trace around your light. Write the color of each light in the center so that you're sure to color in the correct glow color. For the glow, you will be using chalk pastel. Keep your colored lights safely covered and away from the chalk pastels. You do not want dusty chalk pastels contaminating your beautiful lights. Using blue and following the pencil line, color a strong thick line. You can color little lines radiating out as well. Now take a lighter blue and color a line inside the dark blue. Lastly, using white, draw a line inside the light blue color. Because I did not have purple chalk pastel, I had to use oil pastel for the glow. I lightly colored the oil pastel, smudged, added more color, radiating out, smudged again until I thought the color was strong enough. I then added some lighter pink. I did not add the white chalk pastel yet. I'll do that later. Now for the red, same process using red, then orange, yellow, and white. Now for the fun, messy part. Creating the glow using your finger and starting from the inside of the light, pull the color out. Clean your hands between lights. I decided to add some stronger white streaks to the glow. Before gluing, make sure the lights sit well on the glow. You don't want any black gaps. On a clean piece of paper, put glue on one of the lights. Cover the entire surface to the edges. Then place on the correct space. Press down carefully. It works best to cover the light with clean paper so that you can press without smudging color. Repeat for each light. Make sure your hands are clean and the paper you use is clean for each light. The last step is the decorative metal tops. You will need a piece of thin foam, enough aluminum for 3 tops, a pen, a dull pencil or pencil crayon, a Sharpie, the pattern, and some tape. I have supplied 3 designs, but if you want to design your own, that is fine. Just make sure the size fits the top of the light properly. Cut out your design and tape it to the aluminum so that it does not move around while you trace it. Using a pen, trace over the design, pressing hard enough so that the impression is left on the aluminum. Remove the pattern and using a dull pencil, go over the impression, deepening the lines. Once satisfied with how it looks, use a Sharpie to color in the lines to give it more depth. Now carefully cut out your design. 1 done, 2 more to go. Now you can hot glue the tops onto the lights. Careful doing this as the hot glue makes the aluminum quite hot. Now you are finished. Look at them glow.